Oh, honey, this house sounds great. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a closet full of monsters.
It's House on the Cut Up. Roger is a famous horror author who has recently gone through some hard times with his wife divorcing him and the disappearance of his son at his aunt's house. His life only gets worse as the same aunt hangs herself in the same house. Roger decides to visit the house again and to maybe even write his next book there, a memoir of his experience in Vietnam. But while staying there, he starts to see things like monsters, zombies, and things from his past, but decides to stay to see through some of his fears and these strange happenings. Will Roger finish his book, make it through the house alive, and maybe even conquer his fears?
You, Charlie.
Before everyone asks, no, this isn't the medical drama show with Hugh Laurie. House is a haunted house movie from the 80s by director Steve Miner of Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3, and writer Fred Decker, responsible for bringing us Night of the Creeps and Monster Squad. With these two names in horror, you think they would have set us up with an amazing film. And while House is a fun tour around the premises, it does feel more like a playground. The stage is set perfectly with Roger as our main character. He has a very distinct history with this house, so it doesn't feel forced as to why he's there. It feels right. As the movie moves on, they play into his Vietnam experience while he's writing, and while his flashbacks are a fun diversion from the house, it also adds another layer of depth to the movie by making it sort of a war story, and of course, the source of Roger's fears. While this makes for an interesting watch, the movie isn't scary in the least bit. Many consider this to be more of a comedy than a horror movie, but while watching House, I never felt the urge to laugh. Well, except while some of the bad costumes are on screen. And at George Wendt, who plays Roger's neighbor. You may remember him as Norm from Cheers. Hey there, Norm! But he was less ha-ha funny and more cute little kid funny. In fact, I would dare to say that the whole movie feels more like a horror movie for kids. While missing things like gore, nudity, and even scares, this really seems like a good starter horror movie for your child. It's all in how it's presented. Where the cheesiness in, say, Evil Dead is disgusting and over the top, adults can really enjoy it. But in House, it's a little bland and pretty safe. Because of this, I would consider House to be more of a light-hearted movie than a comedy. And even though some of the costumes and effects are kind of cheesy, there are a few uses of them through the movie that are really good. Just don't expect to be scared. So if you're looking for a light-hearted horror movie with a lot to offer in the story and costume department, and maybe something to watch with the kids, this will probably work for you. But the gorehounds should probably vacate.
Hi.
Sandy.
I tried to call, but there was no answer. I was worried about you, Roger.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to see you. What are you doing with that gun?
Nothing. Sandy.
What's the matter, baby? Don't I turn you on anymore?
Scared the hell out of me, that's what you did.
Sorry, I thought I'd bring over a midnight snack. Solitude's always better with someone else around, you know?
Elizabeth wasn't crazy, Roger. We'll see now, maybe, but Just wasn't like her to go and do something like that.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. I appreciate that.
Now, my wife, she's crazy.
Come back from the grave and ran out of ammunition.
Hey, it's great to have a new neighbor. Woman lived here before you was nuts. Biggest bitch under the sun. Just a senile old hag, really. Wouldn't be surprised if someone just got fed up and offed her, you know what I mean?
She was my aunt.
Heart of gold, though. Just a saint, really. And such a beautiful woman for her age. Would you like some dinner?